I'm Chef Evette, and today we're going to make sour cream pound cake. So we're going to start with creaming our butter. So this is a butter recipe cake. And what we want to do when we cream the butter is that we want to get this butter so fluffy and so white that it actually grows in volume, so that our pound cake can have a nice height. So my butter is room temperature, soft but not melted, nice and creamy. I'm going to beat that for a few seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my sugar. Now I have here, of course, the 2 sticks of butter you saw me put in, and I have here 2 cups of granulated sugar. Speed this up a little bit just to get all the butter off the paddle. At medium speed, I'm going to start adding my sugar. A nice slow stream. And now we're just going to let that beat. Okay, as you see, the butter and sugar is starting to turn a very light color. This is what we're looking for. So you want it not to stay that yellowy butter color. You do want it to become light, very like a light beige color, and very fluffy. So we're just gonna let it mix a little longer. When it's ready, we'll start adding our eggs. Okay, so our butter is nice and beige. I just want to bring it up close so that you can see it, how nice and beige it is. This is what we're looking for. So we've incorporated air, but also the whipping of it has turned it nice and beige with the sugar. You do see some of the sugar in it. That's okay. That's all going to dissolve in our mixture here. But our butter mixture is ready for our eggs. So we're going to do our eggs slowly and incorporate each one. And if 2 fall out, that's fine, but no more than that. Just slowly. Always remember, while you're adding your ingredients, to stop your mixer. Scrape down the sides of your bowl to get all that stuff incorporated, the butter and the sugar with the eggs. I'm going to add my last egg. And I do want to let you know that you should not be using this mixer any higher than number 1. So speed 1 is perfect. You don't want to put so much air in here that your cake just has air pockets in it, so you do want to stay on 1. There's no reason to mix more. Now, while that is finishing there, I'm going to take my flour, I'm going to add my baking soda, and I'm going to add my salt. Okay, and then we're going to sift this all up together so that we can have the salt and the baking soda all incorporated. So remember, this is baking soda, not baking powder, that we're using in this recipe. I'm going to alternate my sour cream and flour as I add it to my sugar, butter, egg mixture. So some flour. And some sour cream. flour and the sour cream is because the sour cream is our liquid that we're using. Instead of water, instead of milk, we're using the sour cream. It's, of course, it's a sour cream pound cake, but we're alternating it so that our flour can get the moisture it needs. So our cake is fluffy. And then I'm going to add our flavor. Overmix this, so I'm going to do the rest by hand. So I want to mix this by hand, the remaining flour, and I'm going to fold my flavor into it nice and gentle. When you fold mix, you take it from the bottom, come through the center, raise it to the top gently, and fold it over. Remember, we fluffed up that butter in order for it to have some nice air in it. So we don't want to overmix this. We just want to incorporate everything, making sure everything at the bottom is incorporated. And this is about as much as I'm going to mix it. That is my oven ringing that it has been preheated to 325. So I have my pan filled. You want to tap, tap, tap. Make sure you have all your air pockets out, and then it's going to go straight into the oven. My oven is at 325. And this baby is going to bake for 80 minutes. Let's check that pound cake to see how it's been cooking. It's been 80 minutes. And it looks really good. Let's spring it. That's coming up. That's coming up. Okay, so when your cake springs up like that, it is done. But we're also going to try the tester. Okay. We're going to use our toothpick, insert it all the way in there, come out, and that is nice and clean. You see that? No dough, but the most important thing is that it springs back. It springs back. You see that? That is when your cake is ready. All right, so let's remove it out the oven. Let's turn this off. I'm using my spatula here. I'm going around the back of the pan. Be careful you don't break the cake, right? That's what I'm being really careful with. And I'm just separating it from the sides really good. Really good. There we go. Now that's nice and separated. Butter this and flour it really good, so it should be able to flip out once I have this now. Still not bouncy. Now it's bouncy. I'm gonna bang it one more time. I apologize for the loudness. Okay, after a severe shaking and some serious banging, here we go. That's our beautiful pound cake. Now we're going to be cutting this up once it gets cold, and we're going to be using some strawberry compote, some dulce de leche, and one of these delicious frosting that we're making today.